Python features. Python comparison with other programming and reasons why Python is suddenly super popular. Python scope and job market. Python scope and job market, right? And see, just I'm saying like why Python. I can define Python in 5 lines. I define Python in 5 lines. It's a general purpose programming language, multi-programming features, high level language, interpreted language, user friendly programming language. One second, give me a second. Sorry. Okay. So I'm defining Python in 5 lines. General purpose programming, multi-programming features, hybrid features. That's why we call Python as a hybrid language, high level language, interpreted and user friendly programming. Let me brief you one by one what it is. General purpose programming language. We call Python as a general purpose programming language. So before Python, there were some languages like Pascal. There are some languages like Fortran. We have got some language like Pascal, Fortran, COBOL, right? So these languages, these are purpose-based languages. We say these languages are purpose-based. They are for specific purpose. They are used for specific purposes. Like if I talk like Pascal and Fortran, Pascal for developing scientific applications, Fortran for complicated mathematical applications, COBOL for business applications. Means they are used for a specific purposes, not for all the purpose, but a language which is suitable for developing any type of application. Such a language we call it as general purpose programming language. So Python is such a kind of language where we can develop any kind of application like automation applications, web applications, animation applications, gaming applications, networking applications, embedded applications, desktop applications. So wide varieties of applications can be developed by using Python. So it's a general purpose programming language. It's not for a specific purpose. Any kind of applications can be developed by using Python. Multi-programming features. So just let me give an example, right? A labor example. For example, if you want to launch a new product in the market, right? Think that you want to launch a new mobile phone into the market, right? To attract the customers, right? What features you want to see within it, right? The features what we see in different other mobiles, right? Everything if you are embedding within a single piece, it's going to attract the customers, right? In the same manner, Python is such a kind of programming language where it has got the feature of different other programming languages within it. Like it has got the features of procedural oriented programming like C language. It has got the features of object oriented programming like C++, and it has got the features of scripting language like Linux shell script. It has got the features of modular programming. See, I can say multi-programming features. Later I'll discuss in brief about this multi-programming features. That's the reason we call Python as a hybrid language. It's a hybrid language, right? Because of this multi-feature supports. That's the reason any kind of applications we can develop using Python. Just like scripting, object-oriented programming, modular programming, and procedure oriented, right? So high level language, Python is a high level language. Observe this, high level. So there are two types of languages mainly. Two types of languages. Low level language and high level language. Observe this, low level language and high level language. And high level languages. Low level and high level languages, right? Okay. Low level language like assembly level language or machine level language, like assembly level or machine level, right? These languages are not human understandable. They are not human understandable. They are not human understandable. They are not portable. They are not portable. And they are machine dependent. They are machine dependent, right? Machine dependent. They cannot run on all the hardwares and all the operating systems. So low level languages, they are not human understandable, they are not portable, they are not, they are machine dependent, they cannot run on all the hardwares and all the operating systems. But high level languages like Python, right? High level languages, they're Python, right? They are human. First thing is they are human understandable, they are portable, and machine independent. Machine independent, they can run on all the hardwares and all the operating systems. Human understandable, portable, machine independent, they can run on all the hardwares and all the operating systems, right? So Python is a high level language, general purpose programming language, where any kind of application, multi programming features are included. Later I'll brief you, I'll just describe what all that programming features what Python has got. Well, that's the reason we call Python as a hybrid language, because of its hybrid features, high level and interpreted language. Python is a interpreted language, interpretation. We have got compilation languages and interpretation languages, right? Compilation languages executes the entire program at once. Observe this diagram once. So if I talk like compilation languages, this is your code. Observe this, you have got some lines of code, right? You got some lines of code. All these lines of code are executed at once. Compilation. Interpretation, line by line execution. If you've got some 5 lines of code, line by line execution, line by line it is going to execute. Interpretation. So Python is an interpretation language. It executes the statements statement by statement, which makes debugging easy, right? It's a cross-platform language. Python is a cross-platform language, so which can run on any platform such as Windows, Linux, Mac OS. So it can run on any platform. And user-friendly programming, Python is a user-friendly programming or programmer-friendly programming language. Python is a user-friendly or programmer-friendly programming language, which provides a simple syntaxes. Python provides simple syntaxes, which looks like normal English statements. The statements of Python looks like normal English statements. They are not as complex as other programming. The Python statements look like normal English statements, right? So I'll just take a task and I'll try to implement in multiple languages, and I'll show you like how the coding of Python looks, how simple it looks, like just like normal English statements as compared with other programming, right? By taking a task, I'll just differentiate the Python coding with other language code. Okay, you can just check that coding wise, complexity wise, length wise, you can check how this Python code as compared with other programming, right? And once again, I'm saying as Python has taken the features for multi-programming, right? Once again, so as part of our course, I'll be discussing in brief about all those, right? Like functional programming, object-oriented programming, scripting, and modular programming features. Everything I'm going to cover. Who can learn Python? Who can learn Python means there is no prerequisite that you need to have the knowledge of the other languages like C or Java. With zero programming knowledge also, you can just update with Python. So everything we'll be discussing from the scratch ground level to the advanced application oriented way, right? Fine. Okay, how Python was built and how Python was derived, right? So Python, one second. So it has taken features from different other programming, right? It has taken some advantage from one programming, some other advantages from other programming, and some other advantages from. So from different programming languages, it has taken the features. Python, Python taken features from, observe this, features from different programming languages, different programming languages such as, observe, procedural oriented programming, procedural oriented programming, procedural oriented programming like C language. Example for this procedural oriented program, it has taken the features from, okay, C language. Just like C, you can develop applications. And object oriented programming, object oriented programming, right? So Python is not a kind of a programming language which is it's not a programming language or a technology which is very recently introduced into the market. It is not a new kind of language which was not recently introduced. It was introduced almost like 30 years back. Python was developed almost like 30 years back. It was introduced in the year 1989, right? But all of a sudden Python has got a great boom. So I'll be discussing at the end of the session, I'll be discussing and I'll be just briefing you about all the reasons why Python became suddenly super popular in the market currently, right? And why Python is mostly used currently in implementing different domains in different high-end technologies, right? Okay. Object oriented programming, it has taken the features from this procedural oriented programming like C language. It has taken the features from object-oriented programming like C++. So Python was introduced before Java. Java in the year 1995, Python in the year 1989, right? Okay. And it has taken the features from scripting languages. Scripting languages, right? Okay. Like shell script. Example like shell script. It has taken the features from shell script. And it has taken the features from modular programming like Modular 3. Has taken the features from modular programming like Modular 3, right? Okay. So like especially from modular pro, it has got Python providing thousands of models, like nearly like 89,300 inbuilt models. Inbuilt models Python is providing for various domains. It is providing models for various domains. Within the models, we have got some built-in functionalities using which we can perform the operations, right? No need to write huge codings. Modules. See, even object-oriented programming like C++, even Java comes as an object-oriented programming, right? But as if you see the Java programmers or developers are strictly restricted to use only object-oriented programming features. Without object-oriented programming, there is no Java application or a program. But in Python, with object oriented, without object oriented, with the procedural oriented, with the modular programming, many types of applications we can build, right? So there is no restrictions that we need to use only a particular object oriented programming in Python. We can go with difference. So here Python has got so we can write many scripts, Python scripts, automation scripts, right, using Python. So it has got many models for it. And even like if I come to this modular programming, Python has got a great boom because of this modular programming or this modules where it is providing modules for every domain, whatever domain you are from, right? Python provides a module. 89,300 inbuilt modules what Python providing for every domain, right? For example, we talk about these modules, right? Okay. For example, for data science, Python providing different models. Like we have got models like NumPy, Pandas, CP, Matplotlib. So for plottings and visualizations, separate models Python is providing for this data science and machine learning, right? Okay. Even for this big data environment also, right? Python providing separate models. Whatever domain you are from, right? Python provides models for each and every domain, right? Whether you are from data science, whether you are from big data, or for testing or test cases, right? Like Python providing separate models even for this testing or test, and for networking even separate models Python provides for. If you're from database background, right? If you're from database background, right? For every database, Python provides a model using which we can easily connect with any database. Python can easily connect with any database, right? Okay. For example, if you want to connect with Oracle database, we have got like CX underscore Oracle, right? That is the model Python provides to connect with it. uh, it's not as complex as other programming languages for connecting with the database, right? Just like 1 or 2 minutes of discussion, it's enough, right, to connect with this database. Just the module name and the connecting details or connecting parameters, right? And for example, for every database, for MySQL, right, like we have got PyMySQL or mysql.connector, using which Python can connect with this database. And for SQL server, right, pyodbc. For SQL server, for every pyodbc is the module using which we can connect with that database. And for operating system, right, operating system, OS, as the name of the model itself is OS. For creating different, for if you want to create files, or if you want to remove a file, if you want to see what is present in a particular directory or particular, okay, all OS kinds of activities you can perform with this OS module, right? And any type of file formats, like if you want to work with Excel files, we have got separate model Python provides for reading data from Excel file, for writing data into Excel. Like we have got modules like Excel RD, Excel SX Writer. These are the modules Python provides for reading and writing data. So just by writing some Python statements, right, just by writing some Python statements, if you execute it, then Excel workbook or Excel file gets created at whatever location you are specifying, right? At whatever location, at that location, uh, a Excel workbook gets created. Later, you can insert data into that Excel workbook, Excel sheets, multiple Excel sheets you can create. In the second Excel sheet, if I want to insert data, I can insert it. Okay, I can compute or computing or keeping some kind of formulas using Excel, right? So we have got separate models Python providing not only for Excel, for any kind of files, like Excel files, CSV, comma separated values files. The name of the model itself is CSV model. Okay, separate models Python providing. Even for PDF files, Python has got separate model where we can generate a PDF file by writing Python statements. XML files, XML files, right? We can create XML files. We can read data from it, write data into that XML files, or PDF files, CSV files, Excel files, JSON files, JavaScript object notation, right? Any kind of file format, separate models Python has got. If you want to work with some kind of mathematical operations, the name of the model is math model is available. And for statistics, we have got many stat models are available. And for generating graphs, right? Any type of graphs. Once again, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear or not? One second. I'll just, it's now you can confirm me, right? Yes, through voice. Anyone, can you please?
Yeah, clear.
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Yeah, clear, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Clear, clear.
Thank you. Fine. So for each and okay. So for any kind of whatever domain you are from, data science or big data, testing or networking, or database background or operating systems, or if you want from statistics, for generating graphs, any type of graph like normal graph, bar graph, histogram, scatter plot, stack plots, or pie graph, any kind of graph you can generate by using Python. Means it looks very simple. I'll show you some examples, right? In the, for example, in tomorrow or day after tomorrow session, just I'll show you sample example without any knowledge on Python. You can just see how these graphs can be generated. Okay, you can easily understand, right? They look like normal English statements using this models concept, where it has got some built-in functions using which we can generate this. Okay, fine. So whatever domain, like thousands of models Python is providing, not only for this computer applications, for even for electrical or for civil, right? For embedded applications, for computer aided designing, for CAD applications, right? So thousands of models, like 89,000 modules Python providing for various domains. Okay, so I'll just come back to this models total in our program, total in our course, right? I'll be discussing many models in brief. Some models related to data science I'll be discussing, some models related to big data, some models related to operating systems, some models related to databases, how to connect with different databases, and I'll also show you the installation of one database, how to connect to it, how to perform that various SQL operations, transaction management, and I'll take some like how to generally how to read data from different files. Like I'll take some different files like CSV, PDF, XML, JSON, right? Excel files, how to read data from those, how to write data, how to create and how to read by using those modules. So different types of inbuilt modules I'll be discussing as part of this course. And also like how to create our own modules. If you're unable to perform that operation, how to create our own modules using Python, right? Creating our own models, user defined modules. Because of this modules concept only, like I can say like Python has got a great boom. It is providing models for various domains, right? Fine. Before we go, right, if you are updating with any technology, first you should know, right, what kind of applications we can develop using Python, right? Python mostly used for developing what kind of applications, right? So just I'll be discussing one by one application in brief, right, where exactly Python is used, right? And also just what are the companies using Python, top most application built by using Python, right? Python real-time applications, Python real-time applications, right? Okay, so Python mostly used today, like Python mostly used in creation of automation applications. So I'll just creation of automation applications today, if it's everything getting automated, right? So a lot of like using technologies like data science, using technologies like IoT, right? Even in the AWS or DevOps, right? We use Python a lot for writing mini scripts. Okay. For example, if I take like IoT, nothing but Internet of Things. So today, if we say like everything through online, right? Online banking, online shopping, online exams, online education, e-learning, online business, e-commerce, communication through online. like audio, video, chatting, games through online, media and healthcare, everything through online, right? So if you see in the coming days, the applications, IoT like applications or data science, artificial intelligence, like most of the things, implementation goes in Python, right? So you should have seen like smartphones, should have seen like smart TVs, right? You are going to see like smart homes and smart cities using this technology like IoT and AI, right? Means if I can define this IoT, it is a physical network or device embedded with electronics, software, sensors, and network connectivity for collecting data, exchanging data, and controlling the things from the place where you are. You can say like different devices, electronic devices connecting with each other and communicating with each other, right? So here in this IoT also we will be writing scripts in Python, right? Totally like coding goes in Python. Most of the coding goes with Python. And even if we talk like data science, right? Where Python is used within this data science. So everything deals with the data within this data science. Everything deals with the data. Data has got experience. Data has got future reference. Using data only, you are going to perform that analysis, right? Using data science, we perform data analysis, data predictions, data classifications, clusterings, recommendations, right? It's a blend of technique. The main technique what we see in data science is nothing but ML, machine learning, right? Machine learning, right? Machine learning. So where exactly Python can be used? Machine learning, without entering into this technicals of this, in a simple way, it is an approach. Machine learning, it is an approach where we provide some, this is where we provide some data patterns to an application or a system. See, observe, this is an application where you are going to provide some data patterns. Based on the data patterns provided, you are making the application to predict in the automated fashion, right? You're providing some data patterns to an application and making it to predict in the automated fashion. A very small example, a bank provided loans to 1,000 customers. Assume that it has provided loans to 1,000 customers, right? Out of this 1,000, 600 they are paying the loans regularly. 400 we call them, they are not paying the loans. We call them as defaulters, right? They are not paying the loans. So tomorrow, like if like new customers are approaching, right? The application need to predict to whom to approve, to whom to reject. So the 600 people who are paying have got some common features. I'm grouping them as X features. And the 400 who are not paying, they have got some common features. I'm grouping them as Y features. Means features with like their age, their income, their financial status, everything. So using this X and Y features, I'm going to provide the patterns to the applications. I'll train the application by providing the patterns. Based on the patterns provided, the application need to predict in the automated fashion, right? For example, if 100 new customers have approached for a loan, to whom to approve, to whom to reject, right? Like out of this 100, 30 has got X features, 70 has got Y features. To whom to approve, to whom to reject means the previous data or previous history is saying like people with X features can pay the loans, you can approve the loans for this, reject the loans for this, right? As the history or data is saying that people with Y features, they will not pay the loans, so approve the loans for this, reject the loans for this. Who is doing this? Application. How application performing this? Application is trained by providing the patterns. Who is training this? The person who trains this application by providing the data patterns. We call him as a data scientist. Okay, this is not part of our discussion, but here We have got many we have got many ML techniques, right? Machine learning techniques, regression techniques, classification techniques, pattern matching techniques, okay. Regression, classification, clustering, pattern matching techniques, right? Many techniques we have got. For all these techniques, to implement, right, we require one language. To implement all these techniques, we require a language, right? To code this or to implement this, we require a language. So Python is the mostly chosen or mostly used programming language to implement this ML algorithms or ML techniques, right? Where Python is providing many modules like NumPy, CP, Matplotlib, okay, for plottings, visualizations, for data analysis, right? Okay. So here within this data science, right? Within this data science environment, within this ML, Python is used. Even in this, if we talk about this DevOps, right? Even in this DevOps, we are using Python a lot for writing many automation scripts. For example, it's generally Python. It acts as a remedy to any problem in the IT industry, right? When it comes, for example, if you talk about DevOps, right? The ultimate goal within this DevOps to reduce the time taken by the DevOps lifecycle, Python provides a structural solution, right, in automating the tasks in the DevOps lifecycle stages, right, like requirement gathering, system design, implementation, testing, deployment, and its maintenance. I can say, like here in DevOps, right? Python is one of the best scripting languages, which has got many libraries, Python libraries, which allows to write many scripts. Okay, fine. And for readable automation scripts, right? Fine. So first application, like automation application, Python is mostly used. Apart from that, like here today, like Python mostly used of creation of web applications today. Like many web applications are getting developed using Python. Many web applications are getting developed by using Python today, right? As compared, you can ask, right, web applications. Previously, we have got Java, .NET, PHP, many other technologies available for creation of web applications from the last 20-25 years. We are using those for developing the web applications. But if you talk just, if you observe like statements wise, coding wise, programming wise, you can check how simple this Python looks. Not only that, for web applications creations, right, Python providing some frameworks like Django framework, like Flask framework, Pyramid framework, Bottle framework, Turbo Gear. So we have got many frameworks Python is providing for creating these web applications. Django is the most famous framework Python providing for developing web applications, right? At a rapid speed, we can develop web applications. And also, like we have got many flexible features where we can see within this framework what, so everything taken care by this framework, where it has got its own database like SQLite 3. Okay, so many web applications also getting developed using Python today. Okay, and in big data applications, many big data applications also Python is mostly used. And saying in big data applications also Python is mostly used. For example, just I'll take a minute or two for discussing where exactly this Python used within this big data environment, right? The big data, the name itself saying like huge volumes of data, right? Like how the data is getting stored, right? The data storage units like KBs of data, MBs of data, GBs of data, petabytes, exabytes, zettabytes, etabytes, so terabytes, so on, right? So from T, sorry, it's TB here. From TB onwards, we say it as huge data or big data, right? Huge data generation. Yes, I'll be forwarding the notes, not a problem, right? Fine. So from TB onwards, we say it as big data or huge data. So You should have seen KBs of data, MBs of data, or GBs, or even TBs, right? But do you think like petabytes or exabytes of data, is it getting generated in the current real world? If so, examples of that petabytes of data generation, right? Like if we talk about the social media like Facebook, right? Total social media like Facebook, millions and trillions of users. How many posts and videos are getting circulated in a minute? What is the data generated by Facebook in a minute? Not only like Facebook, right? If I talk about any application today, if we talk, it is generating huge data, right? Just if I take 1 minute a transaction, a huge data is getting generated, right? In a minute. What is the data generated by Facebook in a minute? Like millions and trillions of users for Facebook. How many posts and videos are getting circulated? What is the data generation by Facebook? Our Twitter tweets keeps on generating. Or if I talk about Google queries, you are querying in the Google, right? What is the data generated by Google in a minute? Huge data, right? Not in GBs or TBs, in petabytes. Or millions and trillions of users creating their own videos and uploading in the YouTube, right? YouTube videos upload. What should be the storage capacity of that YouTube? And what is the data generated by YouTube in a minute? Or if I talk about the Gmail messages, right? What is the data generated by them? Or if I talk like bank transactions, right? Like lakhs of branches, millions of customers making multiple transactions per hour, per day, per month, per week, right? Not only like a bank, like telecom transactions, or if I talk about the e-commerce like Flipkart or Amazon, right? So huge transactions, okay, huge data getting generated anywhere, right? So for this huge data, petabytes of data generation, petabytes of data generation, we have got some big data tools are available, big data technologies, right? Like big data Hadoop, big data Spark, right? Especially Spark has got a very high boom. Hadoop and Spark, where Spark very high speed processing. For implementing this, we have got languages like Scala, we have got languages like Python, right? Especially Hadoop or Spark, like Spark with Scala or Spark with Python, right? Like PySpark, right? So even in big data environment, I'm saying, right, this Python is used, right? And apart from this, what are the other applications where I'll just start one by one the various other applications, right, in Python, where Python is used in scientific applications, right? Scientific applications are for numerical analysis, like Python is used even in the research and in research and development, right? By NASA, for example, NASA is using Python for its research and development activities, as Python has got hybrid features, multiple features, using which we can develop many varieties of applications, right? Okay. Apart from this, Python is also used for GUI or animations, GUI or animation applications. You have got a model like TK Inter, PyQt models, right? Many animation applications are GUI, graphical user interface applications can be created. And game development, gaming applications are for game development, right? Today Python is mostly used for developing games, online games, single user, multi-user online games. Especially for game development, Python provides a framework called Pygame. Pygame is a framework given by Python especially for developing games. Even not only Pygame, we have got like Pycora. Pycora is a framework, one more framework given by Python for developing games in Python. And we have got some uh, 3D rendering libraries like PySoy. PySoy is a 3D rendering libraries, okay, for game development, right? Apart from this, Python can be used for testing or for test cases. Okay, and even for scheduling tasks, for scheduling tasks, we have got Airflow for it. And apart from this, Python is used for one of the hottest application of Python, like for it is used for database applications. database applications, right? It can connect with any like MySQL, Oracle, PostgreSQL, like SQL Server. For we can connect with any of this database, right? And Python is also used for network applications, networking applications, right? Networking applications, especially for networking applications, Python providing a framework called like Twisted Python, right? It is a framework given by Python, especially for network programming or for network applications. So web applications, big data, scientific, game development, testing, scheduling, database applications, networking applications, even Python used for software development, right? For software development, right? Software developers make use of Python as a support language. So they use like Buildbot, Apache Gump for automated and compilation and testing, right? Roundup, Track for project management and bug tracking. So even for the software development, Python is used. And even for business applications, Python is also used for business applications. Business applications, and Python is one of the best choice to develop e-commerce systems, for developing e-commerce systems. Like we have got even Triton. Triton is a three-tier high-level general purpose application, right? Apart from this, Python can be used for web scraping, right? Scraping data or harvesting data or extracting data from different websites. Scraping data from websites, right? Extracting data from websites. If data presents in databases, you will query it, but if not present within the database, you will scrap it from the different websites, right? And Python is also used for embedded applications. Right? For embedded applications, the most well-known embedded application, yeah, Mukesh Ranga, not a problem. You will be getting the recorded. Every session is video recorded, right? You'll be getting the session video, not a problem, right? Every session is video recorded. Every session, the recorded video you will be getting, right? So once again, I'm saying, right, not a like next 2 or 3 days you can attend the sessions same time with the same link to see more on this Python. So just I'll take some 20 minutes more to discuss more on this, and then trends in Python, job opportunities in Python, okay, reasons why it is suddenly super popular. Fine. Embedded applications, right? Most well-known embedded application like Raspberry Pi. Okay, it's most well-known embedded application, like which uses Python for its computing, right? Fine. Apart from this, where Python can be used like audio and video applications, for audio and video applications, right? Audio and video applications, like we have got some applications, famous applications like Team Player, C Play. These are some applications which are built by using Python. And not only for computer applications, I said, even for and so like civil applications like CAD, computer aided design, CAD applications, where it provides models like 3D CAD applications, right? And for computer vision, right? Computer vision, like face detection, color detection, object detection. Python is used for this. Yeah, yeah. Apart from this, Python also used within this robotics, right? And for writing any scripts, and for data analysis, right? So these are the various applications where Python can be used. I was saying like Python is a general purpose programming. It's not purpose built. It is not for a specific purpose, right? If for any kind of application we can develop using Python. Okay. So these are the various applications, right? Like automation, web applications, big data, scientific, game development, testing, scheduling, database, software development, business application, web scraping, audio and video applications, CAD, robotics, and for data analysis, right? Okay. Let me say like who are using Python today, who are using Python, and top most applications built by using who are using Python today, and top applications built by using top applications. You can check in Google also, right? Top up, you can just type top applications built by using Python. You can check, right? We'll get many, like in Google, right? Google is using Python for its web search systems. Yahoo is using Python. YouTube is using Python for its video sharing service. Okay. Instagram uses Python. Instagram is built by using Python. And as I said, NASA is using Python for its research and development activities because of its hybrid features. Uber is using Python. Uber, like there is a Uber pricing algorithm implemented. Dropbox, Pinterest, right? Pinterest. So topmost applications built and using Python, right? Pinterest, and we've got some MMOG, nothing but massively multiplayer online games. Massively multiplayer online games built by using Python, right? As I said, like Maya, a powerful 3D animation, just like Photoshop and Flash. Maya, a powerful 3D animation, uses Python scripting APIs, right? And BitTorrent for file sharing service, right? iRobot, iRobot, right? For military and commercial applications. Netflix using Python for its subscription and for security automation, right? Iron Port email server, right? Iron Port email server product. Email server, right? It uses more than 1 million lines of Python code to do its job, right? And for hardware testing, companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all this, they use Python for hardware testing. And even like we have got some Cora, some more like Cora is built by using Python, right? Spotify. So there are some applications built by using Python. Google, Yahoo, YouTube, Instagram, right? Built by using Python. And for example, if I talk about this Google, one of the greatest examples of Python web application, right? Google's, for example, Google first web crawling was written in Java, but later it was so difficult that it was rewritten in Python. Netflix, right? If I talk about this Netflix, it's a classic example of choosing Python programming. Netflix uses Python libraries like CP, NumPy to execute numerical analysis and for security automation, right? Even Dropbox, if I talk about this Dropbox, it's the home for your documents, files, photos. It was written in Python. And even like we have got a Reddit, it's a collection of social news and web content, right? Instagram, right? For photo and video sharing, social media, right? The prime reason for Instagram to opt for Python, it's its simplicity and practicality, right? Fine. So these are who are using Python today, and top most applications built by using Python. Okay. And so I'll take it. So people from non-programming background or zero programming knowledge, not a worry, right? So I'll take a task in Python. I'll take a task and I'll try to implement in multiple languages, and I'll show you how simple and how easy it looks using Python. So I'll just discuss that in tomorrow's session. But and as compared with other programming language, I can easily interact with Python statement by statement. I can easily interact with Python statement by statement, just like how you will communicate with your friend through messages, right? In the same manner, statement by statement, it Python gives response for every statement I type, right? Just observe here. At the bottom search panel, I'm typing cmd, go to the command prompt, just type Python, just say enter. It will display the Python version. Python version is displayed, and the Python interpreter gets opened, right? Python interpreter gets opened. The three arrowed, you can see, right? You can type any valid Python statement and you can interact with Python statement by statement, right? First you check with any normal arithmetic operator. 4 plus 5 gives the response. 5 into 7, right? It gives the response. In Python, dynamic data types, no need to say like int x equal to 10. Directly we can say like x as 10. What kind of variable x is means what value you are assigning to it. Integer means if you are assigning integer value, integer variable creates dynamically during runtime. Compulsory you need to assign a value for creating a variable in Python. Okay, y you can x is 10, y is 5. What is x plus y? It gives the response, right? X minus y, it gives the response. X into y, x plus 4, x minus 4, x into 4. X into 4 means 10 into 4, 40. X to the power of power symbol in Python. X to the power of 4, right? 10 to the power of 4, 10,000, right? In this way, any valid Python statement, like if I'm taking a string like hello, excuse me, x into 3 prints hello for 3 times, x into 5 prints hello for 5 times, right? Any valid Python statement, right? You can type here and you can check it, right? This kind of feature you cannot see in other programming. So interactive mode supported by Python. So from the discussions what we had from the last 1 hour, right? So from that, can you please enumerate and just say me the reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular? So just reasons which makes Python, right? Reasons. So just I'm unmuting you all, right, for that interaction, right? So I want the sessions to be interactive. So as it is a demo session, right? Just so now I made just unmuted you all. Just you can see me through voice or through chat panel the reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular.
Because of different applications, different platform we can use this Python. IT, the gaming, database applications, networking, different.
Yes. Yeah.
Python is a general purpose language.
Yes. So just let me just write that all this. So the first thing what people like, right? So generally, if any person, right, you doesn't want huge coding, right? You doesn't want huge coding. First thing is very less coding you are going to see. In tomorrow's session, I'll be just showing you that, right? Very less code, right?
Yeah,
Second,
minimize.
very less code, and please be in it. Okay, just let me Just let me uh, brief you, right? Very less coding, simple syntaxes. What is that? Simple syntaxes given by Python. Simple syntaxes given by Python. They look like normal English statements. In the tomorrow session, I'll just provide you multiple examples so that you can understand that how the statements of Python looks. Not as complex as either C language or Java language, right? Okay. Very less coding, simple syntaxes, and third one is like hybrid features. Hybrid features, multi-programming features, right? Hybrid features and interactive mode. Just now I was saying that you can interact with Python statement by statement, where you cannot see this feature in other programming, right? Open source, right? Okay. And next, observe this. Just now some we are saying, right, wide varieties of applications, right? Wide varieties of applications. Wide varieties of applications. Wide variety. Okay, many types of applications. What I have discussed right here, like CAD applications, embedded applications, automation applications, web applications, the gaming applications, business applications, right? And many built-in modules and libraries, right? Many built-in libraries. Just now I was saying, right, Python providing modules for every domain. For example, for data science, separate models for big data, for operating systems, for graphs, different types of modules, right? Okay, fine. Many built-in libraries. So these are the reasons, main reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, like currently, right? So if you see like uh, if you go 10 years back, right? If you go 10 years from here, right? Like 2010 or 11, right? 2010 you take, right? 2010 at that time. So um, if you talk about the software industry, right? You've got like programming and non-programming. Even for non-programming, like administrators, like we need to have the knowledge in Python, where they write many automation scripts, right? Previously, they used to write using shell script, Linux shell script, right? Which looks very complex to understand as compared with Python, simple Python scripting. And if you come to this developers programming, right? Two major programming languages, Python and Java, both are the two major programming languages for developing enterprise applications, right? But apart from Java, apart Python is used for different other applications where Java cannot be used. Java cannot be used for creating automation applications. Java is never preferred for data science environment. For implementing ML or DL techniques, right? Java is never preferred for automation applications in like IoT and robotics or in DevOps or AWS writing scripts. Java is not preferred. Okay. And for example, if you take in 2010, Java is like nearly 45% used in the industry, right? 45% used, and Python just 4% used, in like 4% used, right? If you go back like 10 years or 11 years back. But currently, if you go like 2020, right? If you just say like Java, just I'll show you the graphs. I'll just open Google and show you all the statistics, right? Java like 19% used, and Python like 31% used in the industry, right? Okay. It was increased. Python usage has increased a lot, right? Even in the coming days, 2021, 22, like even if you see, there is a huge increase in Python applications. purpose. Okay, now just I'll show you like Python. See the job opportunities in Python, the salaries for Python, the average jobs for Python. Okay, you can just check. I'll open this Google and I'll show you, right? Just observe this. uh, Popular coding language. Just you can check popular coding language. First check in 2020 later, in 2020 or 21, right? You can just check this, right? 2020 or 21. Yeah, Sai Prakash Dev, yes, just I'll give time for you, right? 1 second. Top 10 Python programming languages. Python, next comes JavaScript, Java, right? All this. Observe this. Most popular programming language used by top 25 unicorns, right? Python stands first. And if you see the most popular programming languages, Python stands first. Next comes Java, JavaScript, right? We see from the last 4 years, especially 2017, see this blue color, 2018, this orange color, 2019, this hash color, 2020, right? This blue, right? And if you talk about this Java, 2017, there is an increase, 2018, there is a decrease, in 2019, there is an increase. It's not stable, right? Okay. If you see that the average salaries, rank by average salaries for Python, right? Python average salary stands first in that, and even for volume of job openings now, like Python has got, right? Especially now, we see very less people who has got command in Python programming, right? Even in the coming days, after 1 or 2 years, the competition in Python also gets increases, right? See from last 20 years, like if you talk about Java, right? Everybody getting updated with Java. And if you see, so this is the ranking, Python rank. Python stands number one ranked programming language. If you see, 1 second, language rank, right? Python stands number one ranked programming. Next, you can see the other programming languages. And the usage, see this ranking. Python stands number one ranked programming language. Next comes the other programming like Java, JavaScript. And the percentage of usage of Python in the industry, can you check it here currently? I said Java 19%, 19.6%, Python 31% used, right? C++ 9%, Ruby like 7%, right? And just check this. Fine. So mainly like today, if you see like the increase of data science, automation applications, AI applications, the without Python, right? The data science that AI implemented, the prerequisites for data science or for this machine learning is Python. The prerequisite for data science, right? It's Python. You need to know Python, right? If you want to update with data science, machine learning, right? Popularity of programming languages, right? Not only for data science, now today like web applications creations also, it looks very simple. At a rapid speed, you can develop a web application using Python Django framework, right? It has got its own server, it has got its own database also. Fine. Okay, so just before I go with your queries, right? Just let me show what I'm going to discuss as part of the course, right? 1 second. So from the basic ground level to the advanced application oriented way, so nearly like 30 topics mainly I'm going to discuss in brief. So where you will get command on this total Python programming, right? Starting from the Python basics, Okay, Python basics, right? And Python operations, Python modes, execution modes, right? And in real time, we use like IDs, right? Like PyCharm ID, Jupyter Notebook, Spider ID, Eclipse ID, NetBeans, Atom ID, okay, VS Code. So I'm going to discuss all those IDs, like how to download, how to install, and how to run the Python code on these various IDs, right? Python IDs. What are the various IDs? Anaconda distributions, Anaconda prompt navigator, okay, Jupyter Notebook. Everything I'm going to discuss on this IDs, right? The mostly used one is PyCharm. Later I'll discuss about this operators in Pythons and Python operations, various operations, constants, variables, type conversions, right? And looping statements like while loop, okay, if else statements, flow control statements, looping, right? Strings in Python in brief, in depth, like string indexing, string slicing, string properties, string functions, string methods, string special characters, right? Everything, right? And collections in Python in brief, in depth, right? Collections. Are you able to see my screen? Can anyone please confirm?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes,
able to see your screen, sir.
Fine, fine. Okay. So collections in Python in brief, right? List, list operations, list properties, list indexing, list slicing, list functions, list methods, different ways of creating list, nested list, list modifications, list insertions, list. Similarly for tuple, tuple operations, their indexing, their list addresses, tuple functions, set operations, right? And dictionary, dictionary creations, their properties, nested dictionaries, dictionary methods, like how to insert and delete elements, right? Okay. Functions in Python in brief, in depth, right? The various like default, non-default, keyword, non-keyword arguments, arbitrary or variable length arguments, like different types of functions like lambda function, filter function, map function, reduce function, right? And coming to this modules in Python, the modular programming, how to use a model. So you will be getting the soft copy right tomorrow to your mail IDs, right? Otherwise, even in the website, you can see that this course content is available in the website also. So here, what is a model? Different ways of importing it, renaming a model, reloading a model, different ways of importing. Okay, package in models in Python, package in Python, errors and exceptions in Python, file handling in Python. Okay. Regular expression, extracting the required data from the given data, regular expressions. Object oriented programming features in brief, like class, object, inheritance, polymorphism, overriding, constructors, destructors. Database access, Python database connectivity, database access. I'll be showing the installation of one database connecting to Python and how to perform various operations, querying, right? Transaction management, Python date and time related applications, graphical user interface, GUI programming, TK Internet, operating system model, right? OS model, working with Excel workbook, advanced concepts like iterator, generator, closer, decorators, web scraping, scraping data, working with CSV, Excel, JSON files, data analytics, introduction to this, and some introduction to this data science, NumPy model in brief, NumPy arrays, NumPy indexing, NumPy and Python pandas model and matplotlib for plottings and visualizations, right? So and many other advanced models. This is the course concept that I'm going to discuss in brief, right? Nearly like 30, I said like 30 topics in brief. So some models related to data science, some models related to database, some related to operating system, some related to graphics and regular expressions, multi-threading, and how to create our own models. How to create our own models, I'll be discussing, right? Okay, now if you got any queries, right, you can just go with your queries, right?
Sir, how long time it will take, sir, to complete the course?
So nearly like it will be taking like 80 to 100 hours. So I'll be taking nearly like 80 to 100 hours, like 2.5 months.
2.5 months.
Like 2.5 months.
Any project, sir? Any
in the project only.
At the last, I'll be discussing one, right?
okay, 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 sir. Okay. Thank you.
So then,
Sir, this course is good for developers.
yeah, this is for developers, right?
Okay, so I am a test engineer, so I want to shift to a developer side.
Yes.
So this course is very useful for us.
So yes, I'm going to discuss more than 300 plus code examples, right? Step
Okay.
by step, right? Everything I'll be typing and showing. See, one thing, please ask your queries and please go into Meet.
And sir,
Sir,
you're
I
going to
have
share
some
the video
queries.
as well, sir? Class video?
Yes. So I'm just, you will be getting every session is a video recorded. You will be getting the recorded video that day itself, right? Fine.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah, you told like the course duration is 2.5 months, and after that, like how many months we have to practice to get a good grip on Python?
So one thing, the thing what I'm expecting from you is from the day one onwards, right? Once we enter into the practical part, that day itself only you are supposed to explore that whatever topic we are discussing, right? Every day new topic we'll be discussing. First variable, next data types, next operators, flow controls, collections, functions of other operators like modules, next packages, next errors, exceptions, object oriented. Every day one new topic gets added to your program, right? You need to explore every day you are supposed to explore it, check it practically, experiment it, change the input, right? For programming, if you want to have a good command on this programming, even I'll be giving some assignment tasks every week, right? So topic wise I'll be providing some assignments and some interview questions, so for your practice, right? So that you will be writing your own code so that you will get some command on this, okay,
Okay.
programming. So I said I'll be discussing 300 plus code examples, right, as part of this course, entire course. And it's not like bringing some pre-written code and just explaining it, right? So everything I'll be typing and showing you step by step, line by line, right, explanation, right? And the sessions will be interactive sessions. As for every statement I type, you will be responding, right? Whether your answer is correct or wrong, I want you people to respond, right? The sessions to be interactive, right?
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Like, will it be conducted for daily 1 hour or is it like 2 hours for 2.5 months, sir?
No, yes, daily it will be for 1 hour. Sometimes during some Saturdays, we'll be planning some bigger sessions. I'll be discussing with you about the timings and that availability, right? So I'll be planning some bigger sessions some days to discuss more number of examples.
On Sundays also. Okay.
Mostly Saturdays I'll be taking. Sometimes at the last at the end, feel that we are running out of days, I'll plan some bigger sessions, right?
Okay.
Sir, only Python or in
Hello.
Django you are going to discuss in Django like data science and ML or anything.
So here totally my discussion, my here in this course I'm talking, right? So here totally my total focus will be on Python and the usage of the modules, how to use, how to work with those. So that it's not that 89,300 models, it's not that you need to have the idea about all the thousands of models, right? But you need to know how to work with it, how to use it. For that, you need to know that Python, like how to use it, how to import, different ways of importing, renaming it, reloading it, and if it is not available, right, how can we create our own models? So once you work with some of the more models, right, you can work with any other models, right? You can explore it, you can use the functionalities, its properties, right? So yes, some more.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, you told the reasons about like why Python has become super popular, right?
Yes.
So yeah, are those are not available in the earlier versions of it? That is the reason why it is not being popular at that time,
Not
30 years back.
yeah, yes, Python versions are there, right? Version to versions, version to version, right? So many features were included, many models were introduced, but especially currently, right,
Yeah.
like for automations, we have got some automations, right? For automations like in data science and IoT, for writing scripts, right? And even especially with some advanced frameworks that you see in Python now, like Django framework, where everything taken care by the framework itself, and very at a rapid speed we are developing applications, right? So previously, okay, the older versions, but the latest versions, many advanced features we have got, Even in the coming days also, you will see more models getting introduced. More models, the models are going to increase further more, right? Okay.
Hi. This course, how much useful for automation scripts? I mean, automation testers.
So one thing, if you go for any interview for AWS or DevOps, right? Even the last round, you'll be asking queries on this Python, whether you know Python or not, right?
Yeah,
So you are going to write some scripts using Python, right? You are
yeah.
supposed to discuss, right? Not only that, even in this robotics, in automations everywhere, even was talking about data science or IoT, here also Python, especially for data science, right? Total Python is the prerequisite. For other things, Python means directly or indirectly you are going to touch Python. If you are going to a software field, you are going to touch Python, right? Means in the coming days, Python,
Yeah,
lot of applications are going to build, right?
yeah, that is fine. Like my question is, so how much useful for this course content? So you are explaining the like developer wise, so it will be used same for scripting. I mean automation testers also, or
So,
is there any differences?
so one thing, so I'll be discussing some models like OS models, some models like sys models, some scripts I'll be discussing as part of this course, right? Some examples related to that, and you will be learning like how to use those models, how to explore that, how to work with those things. So in tomorrow's class also you can attend and you will check the importance of models, how we can explore it, how we can use it, the importance of models. So tomorrow, like it's not like people from different domains are getting updated with Python. Some people from big data background are updating with Python. Some from testing background, from networking background, from automation background, right? They're getting updated. Like not like me discussing all their domain. Already you'll be having that domain related knowledge, right? But how to use the inbuilt module, inbuilt features present within a particular model. For example, for every domain, right, you have got a model available for testing, for networking. So from that model, how we can use that built-in properties, how we can explore it, how we can use that properties, how can we explore one by one built-in property present within particular model, that you will be learning, right? Models concept. So we'll be
Okay.
discussing, we'll be
Yeah,
discussing means tomorrow you'll be able to explore any other module of any other domain, right? You can just explore and you can use it, right?
thank you.
And also like how to write our own modules, user defined modules, right? Even
Hello. Uh, can a non-IT guy like stand with those IT guys after learning this Python?
yes, yes, that's
Or
what I will. Yes, yes, one thing, tomorrow session you
yeah.
attend, right? I'll just give some examples, right? You can check it, how simple this Python code looks, and how the coding and how the Python statements look like normal. Whether you have got programming knowledge or zero programming knowledge, right? The syntaxes of Python are little different. Everything we'll be discussing from the scratch, ground level, right? From the starting basics to the advanced level. So one thing, you are supposed, if you're from zero programming or non-programming, you need to spend some time, right, every day on exploring those concepts and interacting in the sessions and asking queries and doubts wherever you got. So you can have good command on this Python, right? Even non-programming or non-IT, right? Those also you can just attend the sessions regularly and just practice the things daily. It will be very easy, right? If you are practicing the things in a regular basis every day, it will be very easy and very simple, right? Understanding Python.
Yeah, and the percentage you told, right? Like in 2020, you're using like
Yes, yes,
40.
yes, yes.
That percentage is like worldwide or only in India?
No. It's totally the Python usage in that industry totally.
18. Okay,
Yes,
total 18
yes,
industry.
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. So
Okay.
even in the coming days, you will see more increase of Python, right? Okay, as I said, varieties of applications, wide varieties. So it's not conformed to a particular environment, right? It can all type of applications can be developed, except one, except so I can say like mobile applications. Python is very less used in mobile applications. So I'm not saying like Java is there, right? But I can say one thing, right? So Python, everything, it's not like something I'm boosting about Python, right? It's not like, but you have got some limitation with Python also, right? I'm not saying I'm not degrading Java, right? Java has got one advantage over Python. Java is faster than Python. Java is faster than Python, right? Python is little bit slow as compared with Java, right? Okay.
Sir,
That
what
is
is the cost of this course, sir?
so, as this is an offer batch, right? This is an offer batch. It is provided for a reasonable price. Like the cost of this is just it's 5K. It was 10K previously. It was just
Okay.
it was given for 5K, 5,000, right?
Sir, this course is useful in freelancer.
Yes. Yes. So what I'm
Hello.
saying is 80 to 100 hours. 80 to 100 hours we are spending, right? With multiple examples. With
Okay.
I'm saying with 300 plus code examples, right? You are going to get a great command on this entire Python, right?
Okay.
Sir, we are passed out in 2020. Whether as a fresher we have an opportunities or we need to go in a proxy way, how it will be.
No, 2020 and 20. Okay, can but you will be having as compared with 21 and 22 passed outs, you'll be getting little less calls as a fresher. But you are also treated as a fresher only. But as compared to them, little calls will be little less as compared to them, right? But
Okay,
even
thank you.
where whatever chance you get right in the interviews, you can just prove yourself, right? But wherever you see, even you can add some added weightage, even you can add some Python related things in your resume. So even if they ask, you should be able to answer. They'll see that command and they will check your depth in that Python, right? Fine.
Okay, any
So
any resume building
yeah, at the last I'll be forwarding you, right? I'll be just discussing resume creations also, and I'll be forwarding some 5 to 10 resumes also for your and things. You can just change it accordingly.
okay, sir.
I just need to ask. I want to go with deep learning. So what should I learn with Python?
So you have got knowledge in Python previously.
I'm fresher.
So like so Python is required actually. Total programming coding goes in Python, right? You're supposed
Mm-hmm.
to write if you want to write a code, you need to write in Python. Implementation goes in
Yes.
Python, right? So
Mm-hmm.
how to work with models, how to use the models, and how to code. What is a function? What is a variable? What is a collection? Python collection. Everything we'll be using in that code, right? So you
No, no.
should be.
Actually, I need to know that should I learn NLP or crawling with deep learning?
You're talking what kind of Python topics you want to update your topic?
Actually, I want to go with deep learning. Deep
Yes.
learning with Python. Okay.
Yes, so that is not going to be covered in this course, right? Deep learning,
No,
only
no.
like
I just want to know what should I learn with to go on deep learning, this NLP or web crawling.
so deep learning, right? You can go for NLP. Both are required, right? Both are required.
Both are required for
Yes,
deep learning.
yes, yes.
Okay, with Python, right?
Yeah. So difference between yes, Malesh, right? It's not part of our discussion, right? Machine learning, deep learning, those things.
Yeah, yeah. Just
Yes, yes.
I
Again,
need
people
to
are
know.
people. No, 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 not like I got a query from Malesh, right? What are that MML, DL? The other students will feel uncomfortable, right? What
No,
is
sir,
an MML?
these words, these technical jargons come, people say, deep learning, machine learning.
So
So we
yeah,
don't know
that's
the difference
it's
between.
like data science. This all deals with data science course, right? That's a separate course like data science where we'll see with machine learning, deep learning, all artificial intelligence, right? So that's what machine learning also like we are training an applicational system to making it to predict in the automated fashion. Deep learning, it's a, like complex predictions. So for complex predictions, we go for deep learning, right? Uh,
Mhm.
Okay, sir.
okay, fine.
Which library is involved in machine learning, deep learning?
So we have got many
Important.
techniques. Many techniques are available. Many techniques are algorithms are available. Regression techniques, classification techniques, clustering techniques, recommendation techniques are there, right? Again, within the techniques, we have got many techniques: regression, logistic regression, linear, decision trees, random forest, clusterings like k-means, user-based UBCF. That all deals with data science, ML, and DL, right? It's not part of our course, right?
Okay, sir.
So, okay, fine. So, you people can attend the session tomorrow also to see more on this Python tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Next for 2 or 3 days more, you can just check and you can see that how this training goes. So I think I have done with your queries. If there are no other queries, then I will sign off for today. Meet you tomorrow, same time at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow the timings 8 to 9, right? Today we have extended up to 9:40, but tomorrow 8 to 9 we'll start the session at 8 o'clock sharp. You can use the same link for joining the session. So thank you all for your time. Thank you. So I'm signing off for today. Meet you tomorrow, right? Fine. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Good evening, all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear or not, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So in the last session, just I was briefing you about this data types, right? Data types.
आ रहा हूँ भैया आ रहा हूँ
Data types, please be in mute. Data types are of two types, right? Data types basically are of two types. Fundamental data types, yes. Collection data types. Fundamental data types, collection data types. Fundamental data types, object holding single value, right? Object holding single value. Example, object holding single value, example, right? X equal to 10. One object gets created, right? In this manner, one object gets created with value 10. It is going to have some address. One second. Yes. So here it is given, right? Yes, confirmation name. One second. Okay, here x equal to object holding single value, right? Fundamental data types, object holding single value, x equal to 10, 103070, right? Yes. This address is given to x. So fundamental data types means object holding single value. So one object getting created internally and its address is given to x. Collection data types. Collection data type, object holding group of values. Object to holding group of values. The name itself saying collection of values, right? Collection of values. Object holding group of values. Object holding group of values, right? Example, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 10, 20, 30, 40. So here an object getting created internally, an object getting created internally, right? With some values. Ten, 20, 30, 40, 50. 104080. The address is given to x. Okay, fine. Here object holding single value, object to holding single value. Here object holding group of values. Object to holding group of values, right? Group of values. Object holding single value, and here object holding group of values. Object holding single value and object holding group of values, right? Now here, what are the various fundamental data types? What are the various fundamental data types, right? Mainly like 5 types: integer, float, boolean, string, complex. So integer, float, boolean, string, complex. Integer nothing but x equal to 10. Otherwise, like age equal to 25. Float like height equal to 5.9, something in decimal, right? Boolean, which returns either true or false. String, nothing but like a sequence collection of characters. City equal to Hyderabad, right? Yes. Complex means something in for x plus iy. In Python, we say instead of I, jy, right? So I'll discuss in brief about this fundamental types, right? But what is integer? Something in, okay, float, in float values, that's in decimal values, which returns either true or false, which returns either true or false. String, city Hyderabad. Complex, fine. Various collection types. Okay, once list, tuple, set, and dictionary. Yes, 1 second. Okay, so what are the various collection types? I said list, tuple, sets, and dictionaries, right? So list in Python, a simple representation, right? List represented by using a squared bracket, tuple by using normal braces, set by using curly braces, right? Dictionary by using dictionary, right? Dictionary also curly braces, but it should have key and value format. So for example, list x equal to list of square bracket 10, 20, 30, 40, list of values. And if you want tuple, right, y equal to tuple is this bracket 10, 20, 30, 40, tuple of values. Set of values means curly braces. Z equal to curly braces 10, 20, 30, 40, curly braces, right? And dictionary, right? Name and Ajay. Age 25, right? Okay, fine. In this way, right? So what are the various collections? List, tuple, set, and dictionary. So for each and every collection, you have got one. Okay, it is represented with this braces. List for whenever you see this square bracket means it is list type. Normal bracket means tuple type. Set means curly bracket. Dictionary means this key and value representations, right? Yes. Fundamental data types, collection data types, right? Yes. So now we'll be discussing about this fundamental data types, right? In brief. Already yesterday I discussed about integer, 4 cases. Now float and boolean type, right? Now observe. So whenever we install Python, go and check here in this Python 310, right? Click this Python 310. Ideally, you can see right? The first one, what we see, IDLE. IDLE. File, new file for working with in batch mode, right? Yes. Float data type. Float data type, right? Yes. X equal to 42.56. Now print X means it prints the float value as it is, right? Type of X will be, what is type of X? Print type of X. Type of X is what? Float type. Okay. Print X, type of X, print address of X, where exactly it is stored, right? The value it is going to print. Save it. So I created a separate folder for this batch, right? Python 8 p.m. right? Python 8 p.m. 1 second. Data type, syntax, type of X, ID of X. Run module. Print X means 45.56. Class float and this address, right? Okay. Fine. Next is the Boolean data type. Next, observe this Boolean data type. It takes either true or false. Means Boolean means Boolean 0 or 1. 1 indicates true, 0 indicates false. It takes either true or false. It takes either true or false, right? Yes. X equal to true. What you are trying to assign to X, true, right? So print X, it will print it true. Type of X means based on type of X will be right. Type of X will be Boolean type. Print X, type of X, ID of X. Boolean. a run module, right? So print X means Boolean type. Type of X, Boolean. Address where exactly it is stored. Print X, it prints this. Type is a Boolean type, its address. Next, string data type. Lot of discussion on strings, right? String data type, string indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters, right? Yes. Strings. A string is a sequence collection of, it's a sequence collection of characters. Characters, right? Yes. In Python, a string is represented. In Python, a string is represented using single quote, this way, right? Single quote, double quote, triple quote. We use like single quote, double quote, and triple quote. Double quote in this way, triple quote. Generally, when to go for single quote, when to go for triple quote, right? So whenever single line string, you go for single quote or double quote. Multi-line string, you go for triple quote, right? Single quote, single line string, we go for single quote. Multi-line string, you go for triple quote, right? Yes.
One second, sir, please.
Okay. Each character string represented using single, double, and triple. So when to go for a multiple lines of string, right? If 3 lines, 4 lines, go for triple quote. If only single line, go for single or double. Each character of a string is accessed or identified, is accessed or identified is accessed or identified by a unique index, right? It is accessed or identified by a unique index. String supports two types of indexes. Each character of a string is accessed or identified by a unique index. String supports two types of indexes. First, forward index or forward index. Forward index or positive index, right? Forward index or positive index, right? Absolutely. Forward or positive index starts from left to right. Starts from left to right. Starts with 0. Starts with 0. Second is like backward index or negative index, right? Observe this. Backward index or negative index. Starts from right to left. Starts from right to left. Starts from right to left. Starts with -1. So here forward index or positive index starts from left to right, starts with 0. Backward index or negative index starts from right to left, starts with -1. Just observe this. If I'm taking a string like this, observe this diagram once to understand this. What is this forward and backward index? X equal to, I'm taking a string within double quotes, Python. So what is string? It's a sequence collection of characters. Sequence collection of characters. Okay. Here an object. So within that, okay. Fine. P Y T H O N, right? This is going to have some address. The address is given to X. So here forward index or positive index means starts from left to right. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Starts with 0, starts from left to right. This we call it as like forward index or positive index. Forward index or positive index, right? Okay. Backward index or negative index? -2, -3, -4, -6, right? This is what? Backward index or negative index. Backward index or negative index. Understanding, right? Yes. So forward index starts from left to right, backward index starts from right to left. Now try to answer what is the value of x of 2. X of 2 value is what? X of 2 value is what?
Yes, sir.
P, right? Yes. X of -3 value. X
H,
of
sir.
H.
H, right? H. X of -3 value is H, right? Yes. So in this way, if you want to access a particular character, right, you can go either for forward index or backward index, right? Forward and backward. This is what negative index starts from right to left. Forward index starts from left to right, right? Yes. Okay. Now you may ask a query. Already we have got forward index or positive. Why again negative index or backward index means? For example, if you have got a very big string of 70 or 80 characters, right? If you want to print the last character, then how to print the last character?
Index n-1.
No.
Index -1.
Think that I'm talking about if there is no a negative index, only positive index. Using positive index, how can you print the last one?
69. Index 69.
Python is a dynamic programming language. Print the last character. Python is a dynamic programming language. Print the last character. How will you print?
So we'll count the length. According to that, we can print last character.
Okay, so instead of that, just say x of -1, right? It returns the last character. So
Yes,
whenever
yes, sir.
last character, or if I x of -2 last but one character, right? In this manner. So here, save it. File, save. So either you can go with, so single line comment means start with hash. These are not executable, right? This is for our understanding. So here multi-line comments start with triple quote, end with triple quote, start with triple and end with triple quote, right? Yes. My voice is clear and audible to everyone, right? Can anyone please confirm?
Clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now see x equal to Python Python. So what you are assigned to a string type, string, right? Yes. Print x, yes, it prints the string, that's fine. Type of x will be str, string type. Print x means type of x means string type, str type, right? Now address of x means the address where exactly it is stored, that address will be printed. Len of x, len means number of characters within the string. How many?
6, sir.
6, right? Yes. X of two values what?
T, sir.
T.
Yes, t. X of minus two values what?
0, sir.
0.
O.
O we say, right?
Oh, is there.
Okay, right, okay, that's fine. So now I am taking one more string. If you observe this, I am taking one more string here. Y equal to program or programming. Y equal to programming. Y equal to programming, right? Print x plus y. Print x plus y, right? What is that output? Nothing but we say this as concatenation. What is that? Concatenation. What x plus y means concatenation. Concatenation means adding two strings. Adding two strings. X is one string, y is one string. Means a string means sequence collection of characters. Adding two strings. How we add? First string followed by second string. Adding two strings. First string followed by second. Okay. Python plus programming, you will get the output as Python programming. Observe this. We get the output like Python programming, but I want space between Python and programming, right? Python and programming. Print x plus y, you get the output like Python. Sorry, already it's there, right? Okay, Python, but I want space between Python and programming. Add three strings. X is one string, one blank string, y is one string. Python space programming, adding three strings. X is one string, one blank string, and y is another string. Three strings, right? Now observe this output. Python programming, right? Python space programming.
Can we give a single quote also?
Yes, not a problem. Yes, single quote also can be provided. So here X is double quotes, here Y is a single quote, right? That's fine. For blank string also you can provide single quote, not a problem. Single line, if a single line string, okay, it results the same output, right? Yes. File, new file. Okay, understood, right? This is what's string, the type, their length. Yes.
So can we print first letter of word in uppercase?
Yes, I'm
Both.
coming. Yes, I'm coming. We have got some string methods, right? We have got some string methods. Yes, we can do that. We have got some methods, upper, lower, like that, capitalize. We can, I'll come to that, right? Before, after this string slicing, I'll discuss to that various methods of strings. At the end of the session, I'll be giving methods of string, right? String slicing, extracting particular portion of a string. Extracting, yes, keep your query with you. Just I will be discussing examples at that time. I'll be when I'm discussing string methods after this. Extracting particular portion of a string. Extracting particular portion of a string. For example, there is a string like this. Now I want responses from everyone. X equal to Python program. X equal to Python program, right? This is given. Print X means prints the entire string as it is. Extract, try to extract only Python from this. Print only Python from this. How can I print only Python from this? Try to answer.
Print X
Python.
Sub 0 to sir.
0 to
0 to 5.
0 to 5.
0 to 5.
0,
7 sir.
1, 0, 1, 2,
just say the
6
answer.
sir. 6 sir.
0, 1,
1,
2,
2,
3, 4,
4,
5.
5. 0 to 5.
0 to 6 we need.
6 sir.
Observe carefully. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to give 6. Actually, you are supposed to give up to 5 only, right? But here 0 we call it as lower bound. This we call it as upper bound. Always upper bound is excluded. Always upper bound is, I'm writing a comment here. Always upper bound is excluded. Means if I give 5 here, 5 gets excluded. You won't get n, right? That's why 6. Even if 6 is excluded, up to 5 you are going to get, right? Save it first before you execute. Run module, right? Not closed. Your here we need to close, right? Yes, one more closing bracket. Python, extracting only Python, right? For example, if I want to extract the middle portion of the string, PROG, only these 4 characters. If I want to extract the middle portion of the string, this only these 4 characters I want to extract, right? Print, try to say X of
7 to
7 to we go for 8, 9, 10.
7 to 11.
7 to 10.
12 sir.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4,
8.
5.
8.
6. 6 is
6.
20. Start with 7.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sir.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Plus 1.
11 we need to give, right? 11 excludes, right?
Yes.
Up to 10. So PROJ you will get, right? 7 to 11. See, then run module, you will get PROG, only these 4 characters, right? Yes. Now try to answer. 7 to 11 means PROG. But if I give like X of 11 to 7, what is the output?
11 to 7.
11 to 7.
X of 11 to 7 means 7 to 11 PROG. 11 to 7.
It will not print anything, guys. I think so.
Only G will be printed.
It will print empty string.
Yes, sir.
Empty string, because why it is going to print empty string? Because always slicing in the forward direction, not in the backward direction. If you go in the backward direction, it will return empty string. Always it should go in this way: Python program, PROGR program or Python. You should not go in the backward like this, right? It returns empty string.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes.
Suppose I'm giving counting as a minus. Suppose I'm giving minus 11 to minus 7. Then it will print or not?
One second. I'm coming to your query. First, observe this output, right? Empty string you got, right? Empty string you got here. So now, yes, coming to your query. Now, can you say extract PROJ using negative index? Everyone try to answer. How can I extract PROG using a negative index? Positive index, you have said me. Print
minus 7 to
minus 4, sir. Minus 4.
-7 -4.
-7 colon -4. Sir.
-7 to
-4.
-7 you want here,
-3.
-1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. Okay, -7 onwards. This is -7 you want, -6 you want, -5 you want, -4 you want,
-3.
-3 we need to give, right? Yes. Understand this once again. Some of you just saying, right? This string slicing. String slicing means you want to extract particular portion. Yes, Naga Sindhu. 0 to, see here, I want to extract a Python from here means start indexing. Indexing starts with 0, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0 to 5 I need to give. But why I have given 6? Because this we called as lower bound, this we called as upper bound. Always upper bound is excluded. 6 will be excluded. Up to 5 only it will consider, means Python you will get. If I give 5 here, 5 will be excluded. You will get n will be missing. Understood? Yes, Naga Sindhu.
Yes, sir. Now it's clear, sir.
Now extract PROG means this 4 characters you extract from this. Means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This blank also takes one. Start with 7. 7 you want, 8 you want, 9 you want, 10 you want. So if I give 10, G will be excluded. Give 11. 11 excludes. Up to PROG you will get, right? Yes. Now if I give 11 to 7 means 11 to 7 means you are going in backward way. Backward way means you will get empty string only, right? That's fine. Now extract PROG using the negative index. Negative index means -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. Start with -7 you want, -6 you want, -5 you want, -4 you want. If I give -4, G will be excluded. So -3 you give. -3 excludes means -7 to -4. Now have you understood, everyone? Slicing either in positive or negative, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now try to answer x7. Just observe this output. -7 to -3 means you got PROG, right? Yes, that's fine. Now extract the entire word. Extract the entire word program. Sorry, extract the entire word program, right? Program. Yes. Everyone try to answer. You are supposed to answer, right? Everyone in the chart panel or through voice. Yes. Program print, yes, print x using positive index. You say me first. X of using positive index.
Sir, 6 colon space, then we will close the brackets.
6 is wrong.
6 colon. No, sir, we will go for 6 colon
14.
6 is wrong. I'm
Sir, 5,
7.
5, 5.
5 is wrong. 6 is wrong.
8, 9,
Okay,
7.
7,
7.
7,
7 will be
14.
7.
8, sir.
7
8.
to
7 is to 14, sir.
9, 10.
sir, only 7.
7 to 12.
No,
Sir,
7
8 to
colon
15.
14.
8 to
7
15.
colon.
Sir, only 7.
Only 7 colon.
Observe here.
Only 7.
Clearly, we see PROG means starting P means 7, right?
Yes.
0, 1, 2, 3,
7.
4, 5, 6, 7, right?
7.
7 to
7 for P.
7 and colon.
7 you want, 8 you want, 9 you want,
9,
10,
10,
11,
11,
12,
12,
13.
13.
13 means if I give 7 to
14.
7 to
14.
if I give 13 here, 13 will be excluded means M you won't get.
and will not print.
Shall I give 14 here? 14 index is not available. Can I
Yes,
give
sir.
14?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Because I'm not, it won't be 14 won't be accessed up to 13 only it will consider, right? So up to program PROGRAM, you will get that program, right? Upset. X of another way 7 to 14 you can get, otherwise it's 7 to yes
7 to column.
7 to yes, don't give the upper bound, right? That this also works. These two results the same output, right? It starts with 7 to, if you're not ignoring the upper bound, right? Yeah. Upper this, I'm getting some sound from someone, please be in mute. Rukshar Mustabi, right?
Yes, sir.
Rukshar Mustabi, I'm getting some background noise. Is there any TV going on?
Sorry.
Okay, fine. So if you got any background noise, right, just you can give your response through short panel, right? Fine. Otherwise you can just decrease your volume, right? See, 7 to 14 means program, entire program. Okay, fine. Okay, here 7 to upper bound is excluded, means it will start with 7. If you are not giving the upper bound, it will read up to the end of the string. It will read up to the end of the string, right? Yes. 7 to end of the string. Both results the same output, right? Yes. Run module, right? Program, right? It's program and program. See here, one more query was asked. Why 7 -7 to -3 for PROG means? Observe carefully how this indexing is made. -1, -2, -3, -4,
Five minus six
-1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. P means -7, right? So from here onwards, if minus, you should go in the forward direction. Using negative index also you should go in forward direction. -7 you want, -6 you want, -5 you want, -4 you want, -4 you want. If I give -4, G gets excluded. So -3 you give. -3 will be excluded. Up to -4 it will consider. PROG, right? Understood? Yes. Naga Sindhu. Understood, right?
Yes, one more question, sir.
Pardon?
I have one question.
Yes.
Suppose I'm taking 100 words of a string and I have to extract, I have to slash some particular word, then how will I extract the word?
So if you've got 100 lines, or if you've got some 20 lines paragraph, or some 100 lines paragraph, right?
Yes,
From
yes.
that, if you want, for example, you have got some a big some 20 lines string is available, multi-line string. In that you want to see whether you want to check for a particular word or particular thing. In Python, we have got the concept of regular expressions.
Okay.
Regular expressions, using regular expressions, particular, I want only the year, date of year. Regex, we have got a model called regex, regular expression, re model. If you want only that year, date of the year, or only the date you want, month you want, or name you want, I want to print only the employee salary, so I want to print. If 100 employees are there, I want to print only their salaries, I want to print only their names. So in that case, you will go for regular expression, extracting the required data from the given data. Yes, but for a single line, for small strings, you can go for slicing, right?
Okay. Thank you.
So here, this is fine, right? Everyone got it. 7 2 means you are ignoring this upper bound. If you are ignoring this upper bound, yes. It will read from 7 to end of the string, right? Yes. Next, for example, using extract a program using negative index, right? Extract a program using negative index. Yes. Program using negative index. Print. What happened? No sound.
-7
X of -7 colon
-7 to
-7 colon -14
7 colon
-14.
0
0
0 means this P.
0
0 means this P.
-14.
Minus
Only
4.
-7.
So if we'll leave like no, it will print the entire program.
Yes, exactly. So this -7 to remove. Don't ignore this upper bound. Don't give the upper bound. Means from -7 to remaining everything, it is going to read. Is that compulsory to give space here? Or if I won't give space, it won't work?
No, sir, not compulsory, sir.
Yes, sir. No need to give space. Directly we can say x of -7 to, if not, both results the same output. All these 4 statements results the same output. Program. Right? Any query in this, anyone?
No.
So x of capital X. So Python is case sensitive. Lower case and upper cases are taken differently. Here capital X is given, here small x. Actually your string name is x, small x. That's why error, right? Python is case sensitive. Upper cases, lower cases will be taken differently. So this is the output. Printing program, right? Yes.
Sir, if we are adding the -7 to -1 also, the output will be coming or not?
-7 to -1 means this m will be excluded, right? Minus 1 means m. You will get m will be missing. This you will be getting, right?
Sir,
yes.
If I want to print program followed by Python, then how can we do that?
You want to print program?
Yeah, program followed by Python.
First you want to print program, next you want to print Python, right?
Yes, sir.
Both, okay. Can anyone say what is that? First print program, next print Python, right? Try to say first print program, everyone. Print program means this, any of this line, any of this fine, any of this is fine, right? So what I will do? Print x of first one only I will take 7 to 14. 7 to 14 I have taken, right? Yes. Plus what you want?
0 Python.
Python you want. Python is here you are
0 to 6.
0 to 6, right? That's add this x of 0 to 6, right? X of 0 to 6. Now you will get program in Python. First program, next Python. Program Python. If you want space, right? If you want space, what you will do? Between program and Python, add one more string between them. Add one more blank string between them, space. 3 strings. This one string, one blank string, and this one. Program Python, right? Yes. Run module. Python program, yes. Yes, and yeah. Satyavini, yes. I'm just going, I'll come to your query, right? Yes.
3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 7.
Yeah, any query? Yes, you are counting something. Fine. Yes. Next, for example, here upper bound I didn't provide, so it will lead up to the end of the string. What if I want to give this lower bound? Will I get error here in this case?
No, sir.
Will be friends.
It will read from the start of the string to 6th index. 6th index excluded, up to 5th index to read. Start of that string to, if you are ignoring this upper bound, lower bound, it will read from the start of the string to 6 excluded, up to 5 to read, right? Yes, understood. What is the output you get?
Python.
Python.
Python, right? Yes. Okay, fine. Next. What if I ignore both lower and upper? Just now someone was asking this, right? What if I ignore both lower and upper?
Full program.
Full string will
Print
be
the whole
I will print entire string.
Whole program will be
Python
out
program.
coming, sir.
Entire string gets printed, right? Python program. Entire string gets printed. Python program, right? Yes. It's similar to printx. Similar to printx. Similar to print x of 0 to remaining, right? All these three statements results the same output. All these three statements results the same output, right? Yes. Meaning of excluded means not included. So 7 to 14 means 14 excluded means 14 is not considered, up to 13 only it will take. 0 to 6 means 6 excluded means 6 is not considered. Up to 5 only it will consider. Right? 7 to 11 means 11 excluded means excluding 11, remaining all 7 to 10. Minus 3 excluded means minus 3 is not included. Minus 7 to minus 4, right? This way. Excluded means remaining. Now, can I take the combination of negative and positive? Is it valid if I take like this? Minus 7 to minus 7, where it is. Can I take the combination of negative and positive index? Is it valid?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Minus 7 means what? No. Minus 7 means what? P, right?
Minus 7.
Yes.
14 means
X.
what? 14 means this is not right. Up to 13. That is 13, right? So will you get the output or error?
Error.
Yes, sir.
We will get an
the
error.
output, sir.
You will get program?
You will get programs.
Program, right? Yes. Valid, right? You're going in the forward direction only, right? Minus 7 means P, 14 means X. Program, you will get the output is program. Yes, it's valid. Minus 7 to 14. So now what?
Sir, but counting will be different.
What is it?
Counting will be different, right, sir? Like negative and positive.
Past, see, minus 7 means which one? P.
P.
14 means what? Here. The index not available. 14 excluded. 13 up to 13. Minus 7 to 13. It will work. It will work.
Positive values will count from forward to backward, and
Yes,
negative
here,
values will be.
yes, sir. Here we are going a negative minus 7. You are going in this way only, right? Minus 7 means this one. 14 means this one. You are going in the backward. So this upper bound is in the upper bound. 14 means what? Where it is 14 means this one. 14 is up to 13. Minus 7 means this one. Minus 7 to 14 you are saying. You are going in forward or backward. Backward means empty you will get. Forward means you will get the output. Okay. Same is the output for minus 7 to 11 then. What is the output you get? Minus 7 to 11.
PROG, sir.
PROG.
Yes. Minus 7 means P. 11 means what? R. R excluded.
Excluded.
PROG is the output. PROG is the output, right? Yes. Now.
So, sir, I'm having one question.
Yes.
So basically, when we
yesterday we discussed about integer. At that time, when we define a integer like x is equal to 10, at that time one object will be created and the address will be assigned to it, and 10 will be stored at that address, right?
Yes,
And
yes,
x will be carrying that address.
yes, yes.
So that is one character for one character, but when it is string, then how Python will be identifying different characters within that like one string.
This representation. X of 0 means P. X of 1 means Y. X of 2 means T. Index.
Yeah, no, that is clear.
Yes, understood, right? If you go deep into that, right? For example,
Okay, yeah.
X equal to Python, you are saying X equal to Python means, okay, internally a string
2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is X of 0, this is X of 1, X of 2, X of 3, X of 4, X of 1. This will be discussing in the list concept. Okay, one second.
Okay.
This is 1070. This address is given in this. And X of 0 means what it stores. X of 0 stores what? P.
Yeah.
X of 0 storing P means here one object with value P, it is going to have some address, right? That address is given to this. In this internally it happens. X of 0 value is what? P. And P also it's going to have its address. Here Y is there, right? Next Py. For Y also one object internally it creates. That address is given to X of 1. Print X of 1 means it will print Y. Print X of 0 means P, it will print. This also.
Okay. Yeah.
Internally, every character is going to have its own address. String is a collection of characters. Each character will have its address. Right? If you say print X of 0, printing the content. What is that? Print address of X of 0 means this one. 1030. Address of X means this address. Address of X of 0 means this address.
Sir, I have one question, sir.
Yes.
If we are giving space, right? Space also contains that address.
Yeah, space also will be having. Space is also treated as one character.
Sir,
Yeah.
always index given the lower bound and upper bound. Okay.
Yes.
How I can identify that? If I give the -7 and 2, 2 is a upper bound and -7 is a lower bound. Then what happen? How I can know that 2 is present at the left side of -7 or right side of
It's a
-7?
0, 0, 1, 2. 2 means this one, T. -7 means this one.
If I having small string
-7 to 2 won't work.
Won't work.
Because -7 means P. 2 means T. You are going in backward. -7 means P. 2 means T. P to T, right? P to T. You are going in the backward. Empty string it says. Understood? Means while slicing, how you should always slice in the forward. Python or program or PROG. -7 means P, okay. 2 means what? T. From here to here. This is upper, this is lower, this is upper. Yes. Understood, right? Everyone understood this slicing, right? Indexing and slicing. Any other query? Yes. Next, you have asked one more query. Someone was asked one more query, right? Just I'll take 5 more minutes. So observe this. -7 is the higher value, -12 is the higher value.
Minus
-7.
7. So -7.
-7 is the
Higher
higher
value,
value.
sir.
Higher to lower, you are saying. Higher to lower, you cannot. Lower to high. See here, lower to higher, you can go 0 to 6, 0 to 3, 0 to 5, 1 to 5. -7 to -12 means you are going in backward direction. Empty you will get. Always lower to upper value. Lower value to upper value should go. There always we have given lower value to upper values only, right? In all these cases, lower to upper, 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 lower to upper only. Here also lower to upper only, lower to upper only. Upper to lower you cannot go. Upper to lower if you go, empty string. In your query also you are saying, right, -7 is the upper high value, -12 is the low value.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
If we have a string only up to the P,
If you got a string up to
P only, then -1 give us to the P, and up to that -7 is goes to the Y. At that time, we can give as a -7 colon 2.
-7 colon 2 for which one? Python you are talking?
For Python up to P only string.
Here up to here you are talking?
Up to P only.
Okay. In that case, -7 means -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. This one
-7 to 2.
Yes, yes. Okay. So understood the query, everyone? One second. I'll just copy paste in a separate file. Okay. File, new file. Understood the query, everyone? So here, if this is the string, right, then can I say print x of -7 to 2, because here forward direction only it is going, you are saying, right? The indexing, the slicing happening in the forward. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7 means y you will get -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. So remove this p, remove this p and let the space be, right? You mean to say -1, -1 is the space, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. -7 means okay. This p. 2 means 0, 1, 2. 2
Only py sir will print.
Py. Py. You will get py. That's not a problem. Because here you are going in forward or backward. Forward means it will goes up. If it is backward, it will give empty string. So you need to see whether you are forward, it is backward, it is. So here one thing, if you are giving lower and lower to upper only, right? This lower value up, always upper bound should be the higher value. Always upper bound. In the previous example, you are given this query, right? Yes.
Yes, sir. I say that every time we must be to know the
so here
whole string is this one.
This was your query, right? So here
for Python,
always upper bound should be higher value. This is lower value, right? -12 is less than -7.
But in case of Python program, we can't use this indexing -7 and 2. Then it means that every time we must know that this is the indexing of our particular character. Then only can we give the slicing of this.
So one thing, when you are performing slicing, right, this upper bound should be the higher value as compared with this lower bound. Then you are going in the forward direction. If this is this, if upper bound is lower than this upper, this is 7 is there, right? It is less than this, so it gives empty string. Always, if you see in all these examples,
So, sir,
lower to upper, 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 lower
Sir,
to upper.
but
In your example also, lower to upper.
But
It's
in
lower.
case of if we have the next string as a Python program, I give the -7 and 2. It also the lower to upper, but it
Okay,
not work.
-7 to 2, right? Yes.
2. But my string is Python program, the previous one.
-7 to 2, what it is giving?
Yeah, PY.
No. My string is
depends.
It's Python. It's Python, right?
Python program.
Python program. Python program.
Is it
Yes.
valid or not?
One second.
Now.
So here -7 means this. 2 means what? This. You are going in the backward. You are going in the backward. So it should give empty string as per that, right? It should provide empty string. It is giving empty string. So it's valid only. It won't give any error, but it will give empty string. It's valid only, but it won't provide any string because empty string because you are slicing. Okay, so just while slicing you check it whether you are going in the backward direction or forward direction. If you're going in backward, empty string will be printed. It won't give any error. If you're going in forward, it prints that string, right? Yes. In negative index also, that excluding is there. We can exclude, right? We can exclude here, where we have got here -3 excluded up to -7, -6, -5, -4. PROG means what? This -7, -6, -5, -4. -3 is excluded. Yes, excluding will be there. You can try. You can take your own string and you can perform these things, right, everyone, for your better understanding, right? Understood, right, everyone? So next we have got a lot more discussion in string, right? We have got more discussion on string, like we have got string methods are available, string functions are available, string slicing is available, right? Okay, so we have got many methods like upper, lower, capitalize, title, split, slice, format, like starts with, ends with, partition, format. So in this way, many methods are available. One by one method of string I'll be discussing, right? No need to write is, find. So many other methods, right? Okay. Thambi is, what is this? What is this? This means lower bound is not provided. Yes, one query was asked this about this. Lower bound is not provided. Upper bound is 6 means 6 excluded, up to 5 only it will consider. Means if you are not giving this lower bound, it will read from the start of the string to 5th index. 6 excluded, right? Yes. Yes. Fine. 0 to 5. So what is this? If you're not giving this lower bound means by default it will read from the start of the string to 6.
PYTH only.
Fine, right? Yes. Understood, right? Fine. So the next class will be on Monday, right? Tomorrow Sunday there is no class. The next class will be on Monday. Fine. So I'm stopping here for today. Meet you on Monday on same time. Fine.
Yes, sir. Sir, can you please share these notes and
Yes.
yesterday's notes
Yes,
also?
Yes,
notes
sir. We don't get last 2 session notes.
Okay. So meanwhile, okay, you are getting the video, right?
No, sir. We are not getting the last 2 videos.
Last 2 videos
Sir.
you didn't get? Nobody has got?
Sir, I am
No,
getting
sir.
the video, but I didn't get the notes.
First
Sir.
video,
No, I
first
didn't
video
get
I
the
got,
video.
but last 2 videos I don't have.
1 second. So everyone, okay.
I am getting the video, sir, but I didn't get the notes, sir.
Okay. Once again, today it will be videos will be forwarded all. These notes I'll be forwarding, right? This notes I'll be forwarding, not a problem. This is for your.
Last 2 videos, sir.
Okay, 1 second. See, when you got the drive link, that drive, the same drive link will be forwarded to all.
Okay, sir.
So I think the all videos once
Who
again.
will share the drafting?
We are having 4 sections videos in that drive, and no notes are provided till now.
So you got 4 videos. Once again, everyone you can check. They have said they have got 4 videos.
Sir, I got 4 videos in mail, sir.
Only 2 videos I got, sir.
Yes, sir. We got
No,
4
sir.
videos
First
plus notes
2
also.
videos I got, and then after I don't have any mail from.
You can see in the Google Drive. Check
Yes,
your
sir.
Google
I
Drive.
see on. Sir, I checked it, but don't have last 2 videos. First 2 video I have, but not last 2 video.
Okay, once again, the videos will be forwarded, not a problem, right? I've given
Okay.
that contact details, right, last day. If you have not got the video, you are supposed to call that number. I'm not going to provide the videos, right? I'm not going to forward the videos. So you are
Okay, sir.
supposed already the contact details clearly I've mentioned in the last class, right? That is, I said you to save that numbers. If you didn't get any number, if nobody has got means I'll be saying, right, I'll say I'll intimate them, but some of you are getting, some of you didn't get means those who didn't get need to call them, and you are supposed to just say, okay, you can just update your numbers, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, also you
Sir,
can see that in the chart panel, right, they have provided that okay, one second. Already you have got that numbers, right, everyone, about the online team, the Durgasoft online team. Once again, I'll say them to upload, right? If you have anyone, if you have not got, already you have got the numbers of them, right? Yes.
Sir, we are
Online team.
actually trying to call those numbers, sir, but they are not picking the calls of mine.
Sometimes they are not picking the calls.
I think they'll be busy with the calls. Okay, you can wait again. You can recall. Okay, so I'll send them, right. I'll just say them to again re-forward those videos. Not a problem, right? So fine. So once a group will be WhatsApp group will be created directly, you can have interaction with me, right? Once everyone are got enrolled, right? So mostly in the next everyone try to get enrolled, mostly like the next 1 or 2 days, the next session, right? The total link also will be changing. A new link will be forwarded for only those who got enrolled. Notes you'll be getting the notes for only those who got enrolled, right? The students who got enrolled, those people only will be getting the notes, right? And that next day, that Monday will be the last day, right, for the sessions, free sessions, right? So from Tuesday, only those who have got registered or who got enrolled, they'll be getting the notes and the video link. There won't be any problem. And also a WhatsApp group will be created for those people, right? Directly, if it doesn't have any video, you can directly post in the group if you've not got the video, right? And that online team also will be there in that. Fine.
Please share the notes.
Okay, fine. These notes will be forwarded, right? Not a problem. Up to here.
Yesterday's notes also.
Thank you, sir.
So I'm stopping here. We'll
Okay.
continue.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, good evening all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether my screen is visible or not, right? Yes.
Yes, sir. Your voice is
Yes, sir,
clear.
you are audible.
Voice is clear.
I'm going to discuss, right, basics to this Python, defining variables. So I'm going to discuss 4 cases here, right? Case 1. Whenever I'm defining a variable like this, x equal to 10, right? X equal to 10. No need to define data types here in Python. No need to define data types, right? Yes. X equal to 10. X equal to 10 means, right, internally one object gets created. Internally an object with value 10 gets created. It is going to have some address. The address is given to X, right? The address is given to X. So internally, whenever I say X equal to 10, right, one object getting created. When object with value 10, the object is going to have some address. The address is given to X. Here generally what X is storing here, what X is storing, don't say like X is storing 10. X stores the address. X stores the address, right? Yes. Okay, fine. So whenever you say like yeah, three things you need to understand, right? When you need three things you need to understand. Whenever I say print X prints the content at that address. Prints the content at that address, right? What is the content at that address? Whenever you say print X, it goes to that address and prints the content. What is that? 10. Next, print ID of X. Print X means prints the content at that is 10. Next, ID of X means prints the address. Prints the address of X. One zero three zero seven zero, right? 103070. Type of X. Type of X means prints the data type of X. Data type of X, right? What is the data type of X means what value you assign to it? Integer type. So the data type is going to be integer type. Okay. So three things you need to observe here. Print X prints the content at that address. 10. ID of X means prints the address. Prints the address of X, right? What is the address? This thing. Type of X. Type of X means the data type. These three things you need to understand, right? Print X, ID of X, and type of X. Printing the content, printing the address, and printing the type. Fine. Observe this case 2, right? Next, observe this case 2. X equal to 10, Y equal to 20. Now try to answer everyone. So you can just answer. Okay, how many objects are going to get created here?
Two objects.
So how many objects are going to get created? Okay. Two objects are going to get created, right? Two objects. First object, right? Okay. Two objects are going to get created. For 10, one object gets created, right? With some address that is given to X. And for Y equal to 20, one more object 20 gets created with some address, right? That address is given to Y. X and Y, right? X equal to 10, Y equal to 20. Okay, fine. Try to answer no. Print X means what is that? It prints. Goes to the print X means 10, right? So ID of X. ID of X means what is the address of X? 103070. Type of X. What is the data type of X?
Integer types.
Type of X will be okay. Integer type, right? Okay. Similarly, print Y. If I say print Y, right? Print Y means it printing 20. Address of Y. If I want to print the address of Y, right? Address of Y 1050. 4080, right? Print the data type of y. Print the type of y is type of y into type. Print x, address of x, type of x. Print y, address of y and type of y right here. So here two different variables with two different values, right? Then two different objects gets created with two different addresses, right? Two different variables with two different values, then two different objects gets created with two different addresses, right? Yes. Understood, right? Yes.
So that address is basically where the value 10 is stored, right?
Yes, exactly.
So that is in hard disk or in RAM?
Hard disk.
Okay.
X equal to 10, y equal to 20, right? You are just storing those, right? So where exactly they are stored, that address will be written, right? Yes. Now observe this case 3, right? When we make x equal to y, right? X, you are assigning the y address to x, means so the same address, the same content, right? X and y going to have the same content and the address. If x equal to y, they'll say like x address and y, you are assigning y address to x. The contents going to be the same, address also going to be the same, right? Now observe this case 3, right? X value is 10. Now everyone try to answer. You can just give your responses through voice or through chat panel, right? X is 10, Y is 10. How many objects getting created here? How many? Everyone try to answer. How many?
Two objects. Two.
One object.
One, sir.
One object.
One
One.
object.
So only one object going to get created here. Observe carefully. Here only one object. Only one object. An object with value 10 is going to get created, right? An object with value 10 is going to get created. It is going to have some address. The address is given to x. So before creating object for y, right? First it checks any object with value 10 is available or not. Any object with value 10 is available or not, right? Yes. If available, the same address will be given to y, right? Before creating object for y, first it checks any object with value 10 is already available. If available, the same address will be given. Assume that x is 10, y is 10, if z also 10. Assume that there is one more variable z. Don't think right, three different objects with value 10 is going to get created. Only one object. Before creating object for z, first it checks any object with value 10 already available. If already available, then this address will be given to z, right? Yes. Okay. X is 10, y is 10, z is 10, right? Okay. So here only one object, its address is given to x, y, and z. Means all the three variables x, y, and z, they are sharing the same content and the address. They share the same address and the content. So now try to answer what is value of print x?
10, sir.
10. Print y?
10.
10. Print z?
10.
10. Yes. So x value is 10, y is 10, z is 10, right? Yeah. Address of x?
103070.
Address of y?
same. 10.
Common address.
So common address, right? Address of Z also the same. So all the three variables sharing the same content and the address, right? Yes. Upset. Fine. Type also same. Type all the three. Type of X, type of Y, type of Z. Integer type only. Now observe here. Case in the case 4, right? X is 10 and X is 20. How many objects getting created here? Internally, how many object gets created?
2.
2.
2 objects.
Yeah, 2 objects, right? For 10, one object with some address, right? And that address is given. One zero three zero seven zero, some address. The address is given to X. Yes. X equal to 20. For this also one object gets created and it's with some address, right? The address is given to X. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Now if I say like print X, right? If I say like print X, what is the X value it is going to print? 10 or 20 or both? What
Which
is
is
the
lastly right value.
Latest
Right
one.
value.
yeah, the latest value it is going to print, right? X value was 10 previously, next X value is 20. Print X means it prints the latest value. X value is 20. Address of X, address of X.
10408.
104080, right? Yes. Type of X will be integer type.
Integer.
What value you have assigned? Integer value. So type is integer type, right? So here I got a query, right? Okay. So print X means 20. Address of X is this. Type of X is what? Integer type. Okay. Now what happens to the previous object? What happens to the previous object? Whether
It
is
is overridden by 20.
so yes, whether can I print the value 10 of the previous object? Is it available, not available, or whether it
Not available, sir. It is
Not
updated,
available.
sir.
so to know exactly what happened, it won't overwrite. There is no overwriting happening right here. No overwriting, I'm saying. What happens to know what exactly happening to this object, the previous object? So you need to know a concept called garbage collector. So it is too early to discuss that concept, but just I will give overview on that to know what happens to the previous object, right? Later, as part of our concepts, I'll be discussing in brief with multiple examples. But now to know what happened to the previous object, right? What happened to the previous object? Say, just I'll go back to the case 3 and I'll just explain that what happens. So what do you mean by a garbage collector, right? Garbage collector, right? Okay. Garbage collector removes, observe carefully, removes unused or unreferred objects. Please be in mute. Removes unused or unreferred objects from the memory. Removes unused or unreferred objects from the memory. Garbage collector means what? Removes unused or unreferred objects. Unused objects from the memory. What do you mean by unused or unreferred objects? Which objects you will call them as unused or unreferred? See, one